Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Amma ba'd, fa bismillah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Indeed, all praise and thanks are due to Allah, and peace and blessings be upon His Messenger. Moving on to the video, we begin with Allah's name, subhanahu wa ta'ala. So peace be upon you, welcome and greetings. We're going to jump straight into the Shaddah now, right after sukoon, and this is how we would spell it with two D's, or whatever helps you. So this is what it looks like. If I put it on a Jeem, this is what Shaddah looks like. It's like that little W crown. So now we're going to go into what does a Shaddah really mean. So we're going to take Meme, for example, Meme and Kaf. Okay, so now if we take Meme and Kaf, for example, Meme, Fatha, and Kaf, we'll change it up. Meme, Fatha, Kaf, and now if we put a sukoon on the Kaf, what is this sound? What is this going to be? Ma. Well, the sukoon has a kaf or a sukoon, so the kaf has a sukoon, so we're going to look at the kaf. The initial of kaf is k, 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 and you're going to merge that to the sound before it. So the letter before kaf is meme with fatha, so that makes a ma. So ma plus k is mak, mak, mak. So now, if I were to tell you to add another kaf on it, so now the kaf form is changed, that's still a kaf, and here's another kaf. So if I were to add another kaf, right, with a fatha, now you'd be like, okay, let's try to reason this out. So first two letters is mak, and then the next one is a kaf. So you'd think makka, makka, or you might try to say makka, makka, makka. So basically when you see two letters like this, well, you probably never will, I'll show you why. But when you see two letters like this, you're going to merge the sound. So the initial sound of this kaf for the second kaf is going to be merged in the sukoon. So first you say mak, mak, and then you just bounce it with that ah sound. So essentially what you should sound like is makka, makka, makka. So first you hear the merge, mak, 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 and then you say the next letter, ka, makka, 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 makka. So how would this be written if you were to see it in Arabic? It would be written with a kaf and it would have a shadda on it. Makkah. And then the name of the city, Makkatul Mukarramah. It's literally that's how we'd spell it. We'll go into what that shape is later. It looks like a ha with two dots. We'll go into what it is later, inshallah. But basically the name of the city is Makkah. And this is how you spell it with the kaf. So basically now you know that the shadda means that you take a letter. So if you see kaf shadda, you know that means you take kaf sukoon and then kaf fatha. So basically, if I were to show you a jeem shadda with dhamma, now you know that, okay, well, this is jeem shadda. So that means the jeem comes twice and the first time is always sukoon. So step one, check. You take the jeem sukoon, and then now you're going to add another jeem because there's two jeems. And then you're going to look at the marking on top of the shadda. Well, in this case, it's a dhamma. So we're going to put a dhamma on the second one. And this is the format you want to follow for every single shadda, irrespective of whatever example you are using. So now, if we go to another example, we can go with alif fatha, kha, shadda, fatha. So now if we want to try to say this, we're going to dissect it first. Alif fatha, okay, check. Now kha, shadda, okay, so that means there's two kha, sukoon on the first one always. So whenever you see a shadda, there's a sukoon on the first part of the letters. So you put a sukoon on the kha. What is that? Akh, akh, akh. And then you add another kha, and you look at the marking on the over the shadda, which is fatha in this case. So you put a fatha on the second one. So first you have akh, then you have kha, akh, kha, akh, kha. Now you merge it. So instead of saying akh, kha, you say it fast. You say akh, kha, akh, kha, akh, kha, akh, kha. So you just merge it real fast. So if we take ba, for example, ba fatha, now we'll take sin shadda, and we put a fatha on it. So ba, got that. Now sin, there's a shadda, so that means there's two sin. So let's put a sukoon on the first one, and then let's put the second the sin, and let's put the fatha on it because there's a fatha over the shadda mark, the little W. So this would be bas. The first two letters would be bas, and then you have sa. bassa, 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 bassa. So that's what it would sound like merged. So basically, you'll never see the letters like written out double, like with the sukoon and then the same letter afterwards. You always see the shadda. So that's the whole point of the shadda, that little W shape. And if we go to another example, we could go written out all the way ba fatha, tha shadda fatha. Okay? So now what we're going to do is dissect it. Ba fatha, check. Tha shadda, okay, well you put a sukoon on the first tha, and then you put the next tha, and you put the marking over the W, which is fatha, so we put it W, or the fatha here. Bath plus tha, bath tha. If you want to break it off into a three-part equation, you can. Ba plus tha. Ba plus tha gives you batha, 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 batha. So this is pretty much what this is, and the shadda is relatively simple, but there's a lot of examples you could go with it, like alif fatha and ba shadda, abba, abba, ta, atta, 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 tha. We could go with atha, 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 jim, ajja, ajja. So you merge the noise, ajja, ajja. And then ha, we could go with aha, aha, aha. So you merge the a with the ha, and you add the a, aha, aha. And the kha, as we did before, akha, akha, akha. And remember, kha is heavy. So the list could go on, but there's many helpful video examples, inshallah. And please check the description for a link to these. And just keep practicing them, because the concept now is, you know what the shadda is. So basically it's just the initial of the first, which is the sukoon. So you put the sukoon on the first letter, and then on the second letter you put the marking above the W. So if we have qaf with shadda and dhamma, then basically you know that that's a qaf with sukoon, and that's another qaf with dhamma. That's all. So try to memorize that format, and it will help you, inshallah. And it's going to take a few days to settle in and practice. So please try to practice a little bit here and there for the next few days, because a little bit consistent is better than a lot inconsistent. So inshallah, we'll continue in the next video. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.